I'll be showing you guys the trade I took for the week and how I actually stayed disciplined trading just one pair and one ICT model, right? Alright, what's up with you guys? It's your boy Yukins right here again. You're welcome to another with an ICT Forex trader. It's weekend again. So I'll be showing you guys the trade I took for the week and how I actually stayed disciplined trading just one pair and one ICT model, right? The reason why we always do this is to tell you that it's actually possible to stick to one model, alright, and you can actually gain consistency and profitability. Alright, I think this is the fourth week of me documenting this. This should be the fourth episode of this series. Okay, so I will always be doing that every week, right? That is end of the week, showing you guys how we traded just one pair and one ICT model. Okay, and with this now, maybe it can actually help someone there. Maybe you're a struggling trader. I think the best option is to always stick to just one pair and execute. Okay, so I'll be showing you guys. I'll be taking you guys to my chart. All right, let me show you the trade that actually took for the week. All right, this week we actually performed very low, but we are still profitable. See, this is another lesson you need to catch here. See, this week we closed with a 33.3 win rate. Okay, we took 3 trades. We had the first trade was a win, then the last 2 trades was losses, right? But we are still profitable. Okay, according to my strategy, what I always target is just 1:3 of my setup, right? So with 1:3 targets in each of my setup, even if I have 2 losses, I'm still profitable. Okay, for example, risking 1% now on a 1:3 R. The first trade was a win, right? I made 3%. Then the second trade I lost 1%. Third trade I lost 1%. So I'm left with 1%. All right. So 1% of $10,000 account is $100, and 1% of $100,000 funded account is $1,000. Okay, so it's actually something. Okay, and to me, it's actually one of our lowest week. Okay, because most times we always fall between 50% win rate, 70%, 5% win rate, or 100% win rate, depending on the amount of trade we took for that week. Okay, so now I'll be taking to the chart, I'll be showing the trade that we actually executed. Okay, and how despite the 2 losses and 1 win, we still stayed ahead. So I made money. I actually withdrew, right? Now, what you need to learn from this is that there's no holy grail strategy right there. There is nothing like 100% win rate all the time. No. Despite some week, we actually normally we used to have 100% win rate. That means all our trade used to execute 100%. Okay, but not frequent. At times we used to have 70 something percent win rate, 60 something percent win rate, 50% win rate. Okay, but this week we actually lose. In fact, at times we have a losing week. At times we have a break-even week. For example, if I took the 1 win and 3 losses, it means it's a break-even week. That means there's no win, there's no loss. All right, so I want you guys to just understand this and how it's going to help your psychology, because some of us will think that you actually need 70% win rate, 100% win rate for you to be profitable. No, the main thing is understanding your system and how it performs. Okay, and executing with proper risk management. All right, so I think the major thing is execution, because some persons, their problem is that they don't have the ability to execute properly. For example, now if the first trade that actually give me the win, if let me say by fear or by any emotional destiny or distraction, I missed the first win and I took the second losses, that means this week is going to be a negative week. Okay, so this is the importance of execution. All right, so the main thing is always, whenever your setup forms, you don't need to think about it, execute immediately. Okay, and allow the odds to play in your favor. So when you don't execute, you may be unlucky to be taking the losing trade while your strategy is still profitable and you are losing. Okay, so learn how to execute, learn how to stick to the model, and learn how to follow your trading plan. So I'll be taking you guys to the chart so that you see the 3 trades we took and how despite the 2 losses we are still profitable. Let's go. Alright, you guys, you're welcome back to the chart. Okay, so this is Monday. Before I start showing you the setup now, I need to take you to the daily time frame so that you know how we actually determine our bias, which is what I normally do. Okay, I trade ICT concept, and what I use to determine a daily direction bias is I use normal institutional order flow concept. Okay, institutional order flow concept, and it's actually explaining that price books majorly based on liquidity, from internal liquidity to external liquidity, and vice versa. Okay, that's the concept. Right, so now last week the anticipation was priced to continue to expand to the downside, right? And what happened is that it first went to the upside, right, to fill this weekly FVG. Okay, let me take you guys to weekly FVG so that you can see this gap right here. So this is the weekly gap, so that's the expectation for price. Normally my expectation is for price to expand to the downside. Why? Because of this contraction candle. Okay, after contraction candle, the next thing is expansion to the downside normally. All right, but what price did was it first expand to the upside to fill this gap, then displace to the downside. Okay, so you can see what happened on the weekly perspective. So on the daily perspective now, so Monday we are bullish, Tuesday bullish, right, Wednesday bullish, right? So personally on Monday I was bearish, but funny enough, because why I was bearish is because this is a flashing pattern indicating reversal to the downside. I thought price going to respect this other block, but it failed. All right, then we continue to the upside. Okay, I didn't take any trade. There was no setup on Monday, right? So I was on my I just sit on the hands and watch price deliver. So on Tuesday already, before the London Q zone, this high was taken already. So with this I know that price will definitely be reaching for this weekly average. All right, so I was bullish on Tuesday. Wednesday I was still bearish. Then Thursday I anticipated the reversal, okay, and it delivered, though I maintained the bearish bias, right? But it wasn't in my favor, and price displaced to the downside. I think we have news. Then Friday we had continuation, we are bearish, and we had what, continuation to the downside. So now the draw liquidity for price to reach for this other block. Okay, but possibly, from the weekly perspective, what do you see now from the weekly perspective? That price is drawing, expanding to the downside. So we are continuing to the downside, where price during the over time, price is drawing to this gap is the monthly gap right here. Okay, because of time I will not be going to the monthly gap. All right, so that's how we actually determine the daily direction bias. All right, so on Tuesday this high was taken, then we know price is going for this FVG, maintain buy, and how I do my own is I always maintain buy until reversal is confirmed on daily time frame. Two things I used to confirm reversal is flagship pattern and the swing point. Okay, so you can see this is a flagship pattern taking the high and low of the previous candle. All right, so that's how I know that Friday is going to be bearish. So I'll be taking to the chart and the setup that we actually executed in line with our bias. So the first setup was on Tuesday. There was no setup on Monday. Okay, there was no setup in line with our bias on Monday. So the first setup was on Tuesday. Okay, let me take you guys to Tuesday. Okay, this is setup right here. So the first setup was on Tuesday, right? My setup is very, very simple, just in relationship with ICT 2020 model, right? So we had a stopwatch at London Q zone open, then a stopwatch taking out a swing low in 15 minutes time frame. So once that happened, now we look for shifting market structure. I think this entry was in 5 minutes. Shifting market structure, creating market structure shift, then return to a gap right there, and that is the opening of the gap is our entry. So our target is 1:5. 1:3 area just at the stop. Okay, 1:3.7, right? But I didn't hold to the target. I just got 1:3 area. I think I was done. I took my profit here at this high here. So that is how we closed Tuesday in profit, in massive profit. Okay, giving us 3%, risking 1% right there. So that's it, guys, for Tuesday. So guys, on Wednesday what happened is that we actually had manipulation, right? Our bias is bullish, as you all know. We expected price to expand to the upside, continue to the upside, and what happened is that we saw this beautiful trade entry in 3 minutes right here. You can see a stopwatch. This low was taken. After that low was taken, then shifting market to return to this gap. We expected price to deliver to the upside. It just expanded a little bit and started consolidating because of news. There was news at New York Q zone, but to me, I wanted to close the trading between because it have taken so much time. Normally, whenever my setup, let me say, take up to more than 3 hours to deliver, there's high chances that it will not deliver. I think that's the major lesson I learned this week. Okay, whenever market my setup has taken more than 3 hours, we have not delivered, we have higher tendency of not delivering. All right, but at times it will deliver. Okay, from experience, at times it will deliver, but most of the times that's what I noticed. All right, so I think next time if I actually hold my setup for more than 3 hours and it's still ranging, I will just close out. All right, so I supposed to close out at break even, but I have to hold this. Anything, maybe the news can be in our favor. So what? But the news was very, very tricky. It just went against us, took us out, then still delivered into TP. This is crazy, but we are not bothered. That it is what it is, and we actually take the loss on Wednesday. So that's how we close the day with a loss. So another one on Thursday, I stated categorically in my private mentorship group. I told them that we may be expecting reversal to the downside on the daily because price have expanded so much and ground liquidity have been taken. You can see this high have been taken and this gap filled. So we should be expecting expansion to the downside. But the thing is, I used to maintain my bias until reversal is confirmed on daily time frame. So most times it used to be in my favor. So it's not my fault. At times, despite I maintain my bias, it will still deliver in my favor. Then still reverse normal. But today I was not so lucky. So I had shifted market structure, returned to this gap. Then it consolidated a little bit and went dropped to the downside. Then this was CPI, I guess. Yeah, this was CPI, and you can see what happened. So already I didn't bother looking for another setup again because if this should go against me, it means price should be dropping based on what I anticipated, right? And that's what we had. The CPI actually delivered price to the downside, okay? And on Friday, there was no setup on Friday. There was no setup on Friday, but I think some of my students actually took this setup. To me, it is not actually a clear setup. That's why I didn't count it. If I should count it, it means it is 50%, but it's not a clear setup for me. All right, because it has a lot of highs. What if I do there is a shift in market structure, then a return to this gap, but it has a lot of highs. That's why I didn't take this setup. So I watched straight to this point. Then at this point, I lose interest from this setup. So maybe later when I came back to the group, I saw that this have delivered to the downside. So that's how they actually call this trade. They made money from it, but later on I told them it's actually cool, not actually a clean setup, right? So it is what it is. That's how we close the week, guys, with 33.3 win rate normal, right? That is 1 win, 3 losses, and we are still profitable, guys. I already told you. Risking 1%, we only lost 2% and we made 3%, so we are left with 1%. So that's it, guys. So that's how we actually close the week with 33.3 win rate. Okay, we had how many percent? We had 1 win and 2 losses. Now we are still profitable, right? So this is why you need to understand that profitability you seek actually in your mind, not in the strategy. Okay, your own is just to understand your edge. All right, my profitability, my edge is in my setup, right? So that's why I always stick to it no matter anything. Even if I have a losing week, it doesn't mean I'm going to have a losing month. Okay, so you need to understand this. A losing week doesn't mean you're going to have a losing day doesn't mean you're going to have a losing week. A losing week doesn't mean you're going to have a losing month. All right, so you need to focus on long term. So don't use just 1 or 2 trades to determine the outcome of your trade. All right, so just focus on tens of setups executed, hundreds of setup executed, thousands of setup executed. That is how you can determine your win rate. Not just couples of losses you have, then you're disturbed. All right, and you lose faith on your setup. No, you need to trust your setup. Okay, trust your setup, believe in your setup, and execute regardless. All right, provided somebody is profitable with it, definitely it's profitable. And if you're not profitable with it, means it is you. All right, so you need to work on yourself, improve, and know how to use it better. Okay, so you can see how we just closed 2 losses, 1 win, and we are still profitable, right? So that is it, guys. You don't need a 100% strategy. There are no 100% strategies. In fact, 90% is rare. Okay, but our setup at times it can deliver some week 100%, some weeks 5%. But this week we actually have this, and I have to tell you guys, and we are still profitable. To tell you guys that you don't need to actually have too much a higher win rate for it to be profitable. Just a little 1 is 3 hour can still keep your head. Okay, so that is it, guys. That is it, and that's how we actually closed the week in profit. All right, so maybe if you are new to this channel, please do well to subscribe. Okay, subscribe for your boy, and also turn the notification bell if you love this content, and make sure you share. All right, share, and I wish you all the best. It is weekend. Make sure you utilize it very well. Okay, make sure you back test, review your trade, and prepare for the next coming week. Wish you all the best, and bye for now.